It's been a long time, but I'm back like I never left. And if you thought I wasn't coming back, you should be ashamed of yourself. Hey, look, man, this is the Vibes Blvd Podcast, hosted by First D. This episode 14. Let's do it. What's going on, man? What's going on? Ooh, let's run the applause back, man. We gotta run it back. I feel like it's been far too long, man. It really feel like it's been forever and a day. And then a couple more months added to it since I actually took the time to sit down here and do an episode of the podcast, man. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I've been feeling like something's been missing. So let me do one more round of applause, one more big round of applause because we finally back. It's been a 3-week hiatus, damn near. Don't get me wrong. I didn't just say, man, I'm not gonna do the podcast just for the sake of not doing the podcast. No, that's not what it was. I had a lot of orders going on, working. Just a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Is different things that I wanted to do with the podcast, and different things I'm still working on. But honestly, instead of slopping together an episode where shit wouldn't be right, I didn't really know what I was gonna be talking about, and this and that. I said, man, I'm just gonna step back for a minute, not gonna force it, not gonna rush myself. I'm gonna get back to it, but I'm gonna get back to it when the time is right. So with that being said, I still can't necessarily say the time is right, but like I said, man, it's been so long, been going on 3 weeks. And it's so many things to talk about. And every time I call myself about to sit down for a minute and, all right, we about to go on and do this thing. I'm about to go on and jump back on, do an episode or whatever. So many more things come out, and it's like, well, damn, hold on, let me catch up with this, let me catch up with that, let me look into this, let me see what's going on with that. So all these different things happening and everything happening so quickly. Shit, I was just like, man, let me just chill for a minute, and I'm gonna get back to it, but I'm not even gonna force it. So that's what we are. That's what that brings us to here, to where we at right now. So this is episode 14 of the Vibes Blvd Podcast, man, and anybody that's locked in, that's listening to me right now, I appreciate you. A round of applause for yourself. So this episode right here, I'm trying something different. So I'm live right now on 2 different platforms. I'm live on X, formerly known as Twitter, and I'm also live on Twitch. So you go either of those platforms, you type in Vibes Blvd Podcast, you type in, but look, go to those platforms, you're gonna find it, man. I didn't title the episodes, I didn't title the streams, anything. I just hit live. I said, fuck it, we finna just do it. So shit, that's what's going on, man. We live on 2 platforms, like I said, X and Twitch. So we gonna see what that do. I'm not even gonna really tap into the platforms to see what the viewers looking like. I might do it later on. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna do it. I'll probably do it later on. But that's not even what this is about. I'm just getting back at it, getting my chops wet, stretching those muscles back out. Just getting back in the groove of things, man, because, shit, this kind of like riding a bike, but it's not, in the sense, like, I can not ride a bike for years, but the minute I see a bike, I can jump on that motherfucker, and it's like I never left. With this, I still know what's going on. I still got my setup. I still know how I need to do everything. But as far as just that comfortability of sitting down in front of the camera, talking about these topics, some stuff that could have people mad, pissed off, wanting to come at you, all type of shit like that. Like, it right for that. It takes work, and it takes constantly sharpening your tools and staying at it, and so that's what you're witnessing. You're witnessing me in the process of sharpening my knife, trying to get all that dullness away and get back to it. So we got a slight show lined up. I don't have too many like solid topics. There's a few things we're gonna talk about. It's a few obvious things that's going on that we really can't ignore, and so we're gonna get into those, man. Let me see, man. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into this first thing I wanted to talk about. Well, before we get into any topics, we gotta shout out some of our friends, man. So if you're looking at the video version of the podcast, you're gonna see on your screen Liqueur. This is liqueur.com, Liqure, Liqueur. This right here is indeed Liqueur. And let me tell you what's going on. This right here is a gummy that's specifically made for drinkers. This right here is that day after gummy. This is the hangover cure. This is what you need when you had a long, hard night of going at it like you still in the early 20s when you know you ain't got no business. So let's drop a bomb for our friends over at Liqueur, and we're gonna talk about what they got going on in just a moment. So check this out. These Liqueur gummies for drinking are just that. So they have, first of all, they're all natural. They got the things in it that you need, that your body needs to be replenished from a heavy night of drinking. This is modernized party recovery. So check this out. They made gummies with science-backed ingredients to help you feel much better after enjoying your favorite beverages. This promotes alcohol metabolism and supports your liver. Restores vital nutrients when drinking. First gummies to utilize DHM, patent-pending formula made of herbs and vitamins. Round of applause for my people at Liqueur. Hey, look, man, these gummies right here will save the day. And trust me, when I tell you this, it's coming from a place of knowing. And I'm not going to, we ain't got to talk about the details. If you know, you know. But this right here, it definitely came in handy for me. It definitely brought me back to life not so long ago. Like I said, we ain't going to talk too much about it. But, yeah, man, they work. And I got a special gift for all of my listeners. Right now, if you locked into the Vibes Blvd Podcast, man, I want you to head on over to liqueur.com. Let me spell it out one more time. Liqure. Liqueur.com to get some of those gummies made for drinking. And check this out. You're going to get 20% off your entire purchase. Whatever you buy on the website, however many you buy, don't matter. You use my promo code VBPOD. That's VBPOD. Use my promo code VBPOD at purchase. You get 20% off your entire purchase, no matter what. And that's just for you being a faithful, loyal listener of the Vibes Blvd Podcast, man. Drop a bomb for all my faithful, loyal listeners. Yeah, man, liqueur.com, they got them gummies for you. Trust me when I tell you, these guys work. They come in handy. Go get that. Round of applause. One more round of applause. We're going to do a big round of applause for my folk, man. Let's go. Liqueur.com. Liqueur.com. That's right. Yeah, man. So now that we got that out the way, we put everybody up on game. Like if you want to have your favorite beverage, or you're linking up with some of your old college buddies, you linking up some of your old high school buddies, y'all about to do it like it's 2014 all over again. Check this out. Those gummies will save the day. Trust me. And go, if you're going to get them, why not get your 20% off in the process? VB Pod at checkout. But look, man, we about to go ahead and get into the show. it's some people that's going, and I say this all the time. Like anytime I do a podcast, because I'm so opinionated, and I know my opinions. Sometimes they go in line with the majority. Sometimes they go against the grain of the general thinking of the majority, and that's fine. Like my opinion is my opinion, so it is what it is. But yeah, I say all the time, like some people gonna love what I say, some people gonna hate it, and it is what it is. I'm not representing any entities, any brands. If you don't hear me speak about it during my podcast, then I'm not a representation of it. This is the Vibes Blvd Podcast. We represent the thoughts and views and opinions of the Vibes Blvd collective brand and nothing else. So any sort of affiliations or anything that it may be assumed that I may have, what I say on this podcast is not a representation of any of those entities. So look, America, and I said this like the last episode 13 is titled Our America. I didn't think taking a few weeks off and trying to refresh my brain and just figure things out. I didn't think taking a little time off, I'd be sitting back down and talking about more of the same shit going on in this country. So let me go ahead and get into some of this stuff. Exactly what I'm talking about, man. I'm talking about these recent mass shootings. It's a continuous thing in this country. It's almost, and I hate to say it, but it's a normal thing in this country. And honestly, what really pisses me off the most about the whole mass shooting thing is that, you get on YouTube or you look at the news, it's a lot of these different outlets and different platforms that when it's something that's dealing with black people or people of color, I'm just going to leave it on black people. When it's something dealing with black people, these events get highlighted with such intensity to where it'll have you feeling like, it had these people feeling like, man, you see a black man, you better hide. He gonna try to snatch your purse, or he gonna try to do this and do that. That's what the news will have you thinking. That's what and even more so than the news, well, a lot of the podcasters and these, YouTube commentators and what have you, that's what they have you thinking. It's a lot of far right mindsets in a lot of these spaces. Far right, not just conservative, but like far right, alt right, almost weird people. And what pissed me off so much about the mass shootings, I kind of veered off for a second. What pissed me off so much about the mass shootings, man, is that it never seems to be highlighted. The obvious thing, like, it's the fact that America has so many mass shootings. That's one thing. The fact that America has so many mass shootings, and the culprit always looks a certain way, whether they're conservative, liberal, gay, straight, trans. It's one thing they all have in common, that everybody, all these podcasters and these commentators seem to ignore. I'm not going to point out the obvious because we all know what I'm talking about. But it seems to be, it's one thing that they all seem to ignore. One common denominator, that if you see something, if you hear about a story about it was some kind of gang situation, a black dude killed this dude, another black dude at the gas station. Now they're gonna highlight it. Oh, the gun violence, the gang violence, these people in these neighborhoods, the hoods, the ghettos. When you have these people shooting up these schools, these churches, grocery stores, live events, you don't ever, like, they'll describe the people in a million different ways, other than the one the one thing that connects them all. And like I said, we're not gonna even state the obvious, because we all know what I'm talking about. We just gonna drop bombs on it. Mass shootings have a look. This type of domestic terrorism in America has a face, and it has a race. And no matter who's listening to this, no matter how you feel about it, I didn't come up with this. I didn't write the rules. I didn't say, hey, y'all go shoot this place up. I didn't get these people together in the room and say, do it. It's not me. I'm only talking about and reporting on what's already out there. I'm reporting on what these people are doing. And at some point, it has to be addressed. Like we had a president of the United States running around I don't know, man. It's hard to even take it serious. And then you see these different platforms. Like I said, it's one that I watch, and I watch it not because I like it. I'll say this: I enjoy some of the content, but I watch it because I need to be tapped into what the other side is talking about. And when I say other side, I'm not really trying to make it a thing about race, but when I say other side, I'm saying like the motherfuckers that when they see me, they don't have the best thought in the back of their mind. Oh, you know what I mean? I'm talking about other side. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that if they see me working somewhere, they gonna wonder if I'm qualified. So it's not always a particular race. You got people of all races that's on that side. But the Vibes Blvd Podcast, that's one that I tune into on YouTube, and it's almost, when I watch it, it's almost like comedy. Like, I enjoy the content, but it's more comical, because I see it's such a popular podcast, such a big platform, and I know that the people that are their real true fans, these are most of these people they got to be unhinged. Like when you hear Patrick Bet-David trying to make a point, or you hear Tom trying to make a point, they're much like Donald Trump in their rhetoric, in that any situation, no matter what situation is, because of their unhinged followers, they bring it back to politics. This could be something that don't have nothing to do with Democrat, Republican, and they're gonna all well the Republicans, it's the left, the Democrat, the MAGA this, MAGA that. Like they make everything about politics, because the people that watch them, that's what they identify with, that's what they want to hear, and they especially love it when it's bashing a certain group of people. Like why do we think somebody like Charlie Kirk rose to fame in the way that he did? It's his rhetoric. He was the one that wasn't afraid to sit up there and say the stuff that a lot of these motherfuckers thinking anyway. Like the whole conversation of DEI and what they tried to make it mean, and what they try to make it mean, is laughable, because they say people that are qualified need to be put in these positions, when on the other hand, these people are the benefactors of beneficiaries of nepotism more so than anybody. These people are put into position not based off merit, but because of who daddy is, or because of who my dad played golf with more than anybody. And you talk about people not being qualified. When you see when you in these different establishments, these businesses, and you see somebody black in there, that's the only black person, you best believe they in that motherfucker because they know something. They in that motherfucker because out of all the other people that applied, they have this was the best fit. This was the best one. All this stuff about because there's a person of color that they're not qualified, man. Come on, man. Go ahead on, man. And then, oh man, shame on America trying to turn Charlie Kirk into a fit. They trying to compare him to Martin Luther King as if all of us like nah. The shit that he was on, that's not something. That's not for the greater good. I mean, for crying out loud, the guy said a few gun deaths a year was worth it. What type of motherfucker says something like that? And then you want people to feel bad and sad when the person that says that is living out his words. You said it. Did nobody tell you to say that? I would never have sat before a panel, sat like in a public space saying stupid shit like that. And I mean, if that's how you feel, but the question is, when you say it, who are you talking about? So since everybody's so sad that it was you, who were they expecting for it to be? Who would they have rather it have been? That's what I want to know. I don't want to know. I really don't care. But it's a slap in the face. It's a major slap in the face to anybody black. Even the bootlicking Uncle Toms and the coons that don't even realize that it's a slap in the face for them. But it's a slap in the face for anybody black when you see different businesses and different establishments flying a flag half-staff for this guy. Like, who the fuck is he? Like, he's not a government official. As far as my knowledge goes, he hasn't operated in an official capacity with the government. Like, as far as being an employee of the government, like, who flags have staff for who? And you know, I sat back over these few weeks and I seen the backlash people got for talking about this stuff. I seen the backlash people got for saying this, saying that. We seen Jimmy Kimmel show snatched off the air. They snatched him. And then the people started snatching them subscriptions. They snatched them away. Snatch. And what happened? He came back. But you can't force people to give a fuck about somebody that talks shit about them. I mean, I like I said in the last podcast, I think it's horrible. The gun violence, witnessing something like that going viral, kids seeing it, that's horrible. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But if you think I feel bad for a moment, for a motherfucker that don't give a damn about me one way or the other, you gonna have a long, long day if you're trying to find a small, minuscule fuck that I had to give. It's gonna be a long day trying to find it. Sorry. I kind of got off tangent there, but it's been, like I said, man, it's been about 3 weeks. There's a lot of things that I've been wanting to say, and I haven't been on social media at all. I barely been on the motherfucker scrolling like that. So, yeah, I went off on a tangent. Let's get back to the mass shootings. So, let me. I'm just gonna read this AI summary that I have. So we got mass shootings. This right here, as of September. This what took place just in September, man. September. So we had the Grand Blanc Township, Michigan. This is September 28th. This is the most recent one. Says a former Marine sergeant drove a truck into a Mormon church, opened fire with an assault rifle during the service, and set the building on fire. 4 people were killed and 8 others were injured. Police responded and shot and killed the suspect. Now, before we move on to the next one, this one right here, like I said, I guess it put them in order of most recent. So this is as of the 28th. Shit, and really, All of these are dated 28. But this particular situation, it's strange. Well, for one, they said the police were there within 30 seconds. The police responded and were on the scene within 30 seconds. Round of applause for the police for that, right? Let me tell you something. If there was a church in the hood, or if there was a black church, a Baptist, black people in this motherfucker, man, them police would have pulled, everybody would have been dead in that bitch before the police got there. That's how I feel. Have we seen different? Man, damn that, everybody would have been dead in that bitch by the time the police pulled up. But they got there within 30 seconds. They was able to shoot and kill the suspect. So, it should definitely be noted that this individual, like I said, he was a former Marine sergeant. And I don't have an image of him prepared. I might pull him up later, but these people, like I said, man, mass shootings have a look. This type of violence in America has a face, and it has a race. So, we're not even, nothing else need to be said. Well, like who else do it? It's crazy, man. This is, like I said, it's a Mormon church. Apparently, this guy was a conservative, but he hated Mormons. He believed Mormons were, allegedly believed Mormons were, like the Antichrist. It was something I seen in a report somewhere. More weirdness, weird shit, crazy shit. Hey, man. The next one, this is Southport, North Carolina. A different former Marine sergeant opened fire with an assault rifle from a boat, targeting an outdoor bar and restaurant. The attack killed 3 people and wounded 5. The suspect, who was a decorated veteran with reported PTSD, was arrested and charged with murder. Oh, this motherfucker made it to jail. He made it to jail. So I don't think we have to even look into this. The fact that he made it to jail, the fact that he was arrested, we know what's going on there. Because if he looked like me and you do a crime like that, you don't make it to jail. You don't make it to jail. I mean, I don't think. I can only speak for myself with 100% certainty. I don't care one way or the other. I'm not, I don't want to harm people in that type of way. But I guarantee you, if the laws were evened out, if it was balanced to where black people got the same treatment as white people, I'm sure we might see some black people shooting up some shit. We might see black people doing mass shootings. Niggas know without a shadow of a doubt, you're not gonna make it out of there. You're not going to jail. Bro, you're not going to jail, bro. They're not finna capture you and take you to jail, bro. It's not happening for a nigga at all. And I guess black people adapted and say, you know what? With all the things we do tap into and the things we do, we ain't doing that one. So I don't know. Maybe that's what we see here. But yeah, man, this is another Army sergeant. Like what's going on? Is it something with the military that the military got going on that they're doing to these guys, or is it like what is it? What's going on? So that was Southport, North Carolina, September 28th. All right, we got Eagle Pass, Texas, September 28th. A shooting at a Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino killed 2 people and injured 5 others. Got the shooting at the casino. Did you lose all your money? What was it? Some kind of ideological type of shooting where like you don't like people gambling? What was it? Something like that? Like, what's the motive behind it? And again, this right, everything I'm reading right now, this is like a brief summary, and so I'm not giving it all the attention that it needs, and I'm gonna keep going through some of the details. So we got New Orleans. A shooting on Bourbon Street killed one woman and injured three other people. Come on, man. And then what's not listed here on the screen now, in Athens, Georgia, Saturday night after the football game, I'm hearing reports that there was a brawl downtown Athens. Two people were shot. I'm not sure if there were any fatalities. And I believe I heard it was women. But yeah, this allegedly took place downtown Athens after the Georgia-Alabama football game. And I seen multiple reports of it. I haven't seen any news coverage of it, but I seen multiple people talking about it on social media. And I just don't know, man. It's happening everywhere. Like if you just think back to different places I named, Michigan, North Carolina, Texas, Louisiana. This shit all over the place. The shit from that happened in Athens with after the UGA game. That's Georgia. Like, come on, man. So these all took place late September. You got the Minneapolis, Minnesota shooting. That was August 27th. 2 children were killed. 17 people were injured in a marauding firearms attack at Annocation Church, where children were attending a school mass. The suspect, a former student at the church's school, died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Now, see, I always hate that when these motherfuckers do that. I hate when they take the cowardly way out and kill themselves. Like, motherfucker, go up in blaze of glory, get shot up, suicide by cop, motherfucker. Like, don't kill yourself. Like, you had the cojones to sit here and do this type of shit. The least you can do is stand up to it. You gonna take the easy route out and just fuck it. You can't deal with the pressure. I mean, no normal person can. So, I mean, rightfully so, I suppose. But anybody that take it upon themselves to call, like, what you I don't know, man. Going to these public spaces, shooting up the place, and then, like I said, doing a cowardly act of taking yourself out. That's some of the worst shit ever. Like, them the worst type of motherfuckers ever. And man, all these things these different situations I named, like I said, this late September, and this is an ongoing thing in America. It's an ongoing thing, and until it's properly addressed, until we stop acting like the biggest problem that we have, and don't get me wrong, gangs, yeah, that's a problem. Gangs keep that shit, they keep that shit within, you know what I mean? Not saying not to glorify, but not to dismiss it or not to downplay it, but these people doing these mass shootings many times, not all the time, many times they going at motherfuckers they don't know nothing about, from a can of paint, people that haven't interacted with them at all, and it's just about different ideologies. Like, go talk to a counselor or something. Like, people might not believe the same shit you believe, or people might not think the same way that you think. Like, is that grounds to just go shoot the whole fucking place? Like, I'm just trying to think of the thought process. And like, again, and like I said, not dismissing, not downplaying gang violence and that other type of stuff. But see, with those sorts of crimes, it's some kind of, for the most part, it's usually some kind of closer layer of separation. Like, somebody stole something from you and they stay over here, and so you go shoot the place up. And again, not trying to downplay it at all. Or it could be a situation that somebody took your girl. This dude over here took your girl. They've been clowning you for it. and so you go try to get retribution, but you're attacking people that you like. You going over there with certain intent at certain people. These motherfuckers doing this mass shooting don't know these folks out here from a can of paint. I just need to kill somebody. And don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not condoning any of it. I think it's all stupid. And I think it all needs to be handled. Shit, you know, in this country, these mass shooting, these weird motherfuckers, all that's a problem. I think right-wing extremists are a problem. I think left-wing extremists are a problem. I think gang shit is a problem. I think the YNs are a problem. It's a lot of problems, but it's only a few things that get highlighted, and that's what I want to kind of get away from. Like shit, if we gonna talk about the shit, let's talk about it. But you know, don't make it seem like it's just one. Is all everything's going on is niggas' fault. It's niggas. Nah, because there's some stuff happening that we ain't got nothing to do with at all. So I'm about to go ahead and just move on from there. Like I don't want to dwell on it too much. I don't want to. Cause I'm starting to get pissed off just thinking about it and thinking about these different platforms coverage of all of it. Like all this shit start to piss me off. I just get to thinking about it. So we're gonna move on to this next thing, man. This is a topic that surprisingly I haven't did too much research into. It's been talked about so much and it's been put out there in your face on so many platforms, so many different people on these different platforms. That I just, the stuff I'm about to talk about, I'm kind of, this stuff that I just kind of gathered based off of other people's commentary, other people's reporting. But yeah, none of my own actual research, deep dive. So what I want to get into now, man, it's another weird motherfucker. And I don't care who does not agree. If you're watching the video version of the podcast, on the screen right now, you'll see young R&B singer David. He spelled his name D4VD, the letter D, the number 4VD. I think he was inspired by Black, the six Black. They call him, a lot of folks call him 6 Lack. Coming up, it's Black. He spelled it with a 6. Artists are creative, so they, got different ways of expressing themselves, and, his name is David. Prior to this situation, I never heard of him. He never came across my radar. Never made it into my algorithm. I wouldn't know him from a can of paint. Wouldn't give a damn about him one way or the other. But apparently this guy is pretty popular. I think he rose to fame. I'm not sure if it was YouTube or TikTok, but he had a big following on one either of those platforms, and he took off from there. And eventually he started actually making songs. Got a big fan base. Got people that follow him and all that good stuff, right? And so, with all that being said, like I said, I hadn't heard anything about the guy before this situation. Now, I believe he is 20 years old as of now. It could be 21. So my first hearing anything about this guy was when TMZ reported that it was his Tesla was impounded and a body was found in it. Ragged? Okay. That was weird. I'm like, Dave, who the fuck is this? I ain't never seen him before. He looks very androgynous. I know a lot of the young people are very flexible with their fashion choices and shit. But he looked. So I seen it. I was like, okay, whatever. I thought maybe, it could be anything. Car got stolen, whatever. Well, as more details and information start to come out, well, come to find out, the person that was found in the car was a young girl that he was dealing with. And when I say young girl, and by now I'm telling the story. Everybody's heard it, but in case you've been under a rock, you hearing it for the first time here. I'm giving you my interpretation of everything. So, not when I say young girl, I'm not just talking about early 20s, late teens, like 18, 19 type shit. Teen, like damn near just getting past preteen ages type shit. So apparently this young girl, her name is Celeste. I'm not gonna show any pictures. I always say that, but when it comes to minors, I don't do that. I don't, whatever. I don't do all that. But apparently she was like a runaway. They're from Texas. She's been involved with him since around the age of 12. And at that time, if he, at the time he was, I believe, 17. She 12, he's 17. So, he doing his thing. I guess he on the come up or whatnot. And yeah, man, shit. It's all it. I'm trying to understand, like, because footage and stuff coming out showing this guy with this young girl. It's like, what was it like? Was nobody around saying nothing? Like nobody had anything to say. But apparently, she was like a runaway type. So, she took off with him. Like doing their thing. They, together. He writing songs, got her name in songs. And he has these songs that's seemingly going in line with this whole situation of everything that's transpired since everything that's come to light since her body was discovered in the back of his car. So the body was cut up, it was dismembered and placed and put into a plastic bag. They only discovered it because of the foul odor. And so the body was severely decomposed. They couldn't even tell who it was. I think it might have been a tattoo on the finger that gave it away, or I'm not sure exactly what the identifiers were. So when it came out that, it was his car and a body was found in his car, whatever, he's still doing his thing. He was on a tour. He's doing the American leg of a tour. He's going to be doing the European leg of it at some point. So, he's still doing shows. But more and more information started to come out. Now come to find out the car was found at his house, or a house that it was his spot, but it was in his manager's name. Something other like that. So, okay, so the car, your car, found that the house that you were staying in with a body in it. All right, cool. So, eventually it comes out that the body is none other than Celeste, the young girl that he had been seen with and allegedly involved with over the past couple years. So again, it was very strange that this was even able to take place. I know this type of thing happens, but she's away from home. The car was found in Cali. Like, he ran around with a kid, like a little kid at that, like. But when you look at him, like, you look at this picture I got pulled up right here, like, what do you expect? You see these weird, like, and I hate to seem or to come off so judgmental. That's not how I'm trying to be, but I'm like, when you see these, like, come on, bro. Come on, man. This motherfucker was capable of some bullshit. So, all this going on, he's still moving around. It's all good. Nothing happening. When it come to find out that when the news broke that it was her that was found in the car, then folks start looking at him more suspicious. Like what the fuck he got going on? And I mean, if people that think like me, Ben thought it was his car, You didn't report the car stolen, so ain't nobody take the car from you. So it's a body in your car. You had to have known it was there. So, once it came out that it was her, now shit looking real sketchy. They done canceled all the rest of his American tour, the American part of his tour. Haven't canceled the UK shows yet, to my knowledge. A song came out on the girl's birthday. The girl Celeste song came out, right? Talking about murder, talking about, I had to do it, and I seen you cry, you're bleeding, and all that, like weird shit, crazy shit. The music not bad music. It's just just weird music. It's good music, I guess, but it's weird, I don't know, like, and again, not to come off judgmental, but I would take a stab in the dark and say that this motherfucker probably paint his nails. He probably one of them guys that paint their nails. Take that with a grain of salt. But since all this has happened, and this how America's so fucked up. Since all this shit been coming out, the man music been going up, been going through the roof apparently, bigger than it's ever been. And that's just all due to people's weird obsession with crime and these other things in America. Like we got a weird obsession with that shit. Like for whatever reason in America, we love death and gore, violence. Like if you get on YouTube, man, these crime channels are going up quicker than anything. These clips on social media platforms, they going up quicker than anything. We love that shit. It's a crime podcast. You can't even see nothing. You just hear motherfucker talking about crime. And we be tapped in. And so because of that, this man David's music been going up. People been checking him out. He's been getting more and more fans. Even though he's an alleged pedophile, murderer. Alleged pedophile, alleged murderer. But to each his own. I'm the type person, like when the motherfucker's just so egregious like that to me, I don't even want to hear nothing what you got going on. Like, I heard Lil Nas X. I heard Old Town Road. And I might have heard, it was a song he had called Panini, used to play on the radio sometime. And I only heard that by crank up the car, the radio already on. You think I'm on purpose pull up a Lil Nas X anything? And this was before it got to, like, he was just so shot out how he is. He's wild as hell. The video they talking about, he was getting a lap dance to the devil, all type of shit like that. Like, you think I'm finna push play on a motherfucker like that? No, I ain't never heard none of his shit. I don't tap into weird motherfuckers. Like, it's a lot of these guys. I wouldn't give a fuck how popular they get. If the motherfucker is weird and strange, I'm one motherfucker you never got to worry about getting a stream from. And people could look at me and say the same thing. So it's perfectly fine. That's my opinion, and everybody else is entitled to their opinion. But yeah, this type of stuff, man, I'll never get a listen out of me. It's not. You're not finna get a play off of my YouTube, off my Spotify. You're not getting in my algorithm at all, buddy. None of that weird shit. The fact that I'm even talking about this weird David motherfucker, that's probably gonna put it in my algorithm to where I'm seeing the shit even more. But shit, it's just so strange, and I should have been tapping into the podcast as this shit been developing to just stay on top of it with everybody. But nonetheless, I'm here now talking about it, so it's all good. It is what it is. Better late than never, right? But yeah, man, that shit's weird. This story is still developing, and new things are constantly coming out. It's a lot of theories floating around out there. Some people think David did it. Some people think he's innocent. I, for one, I think he did it. If it comes out that he didn't do it, I have no problem with doubling back and apologizing. Shit. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna apologize for calling him weird. He always gonna be, weird type to me. But I apologize for put in my opinion out there that I believe he did it. So for as far as that goes, it is what it is, man. So we're gonna drop a bomb for old David, man. We're gonna see how this shit go. We're gonna see how this shit pan out. I really do not know. But look, we're gonna move on to the next thing, man. So we got some new music that came out. A few new projects came out, man. So we got new Cardi B finally. God damn, Cardi B finally dropped. Shit. I ain't think that motherfucker would ever drop a full-length project again. But she dropped her album Am I the Drummer? It came out on the 19th. And I mean, honestly, I ain't heard no good stuff about it. I listened to a song or two. I haven't just sat and listened to it. It's like 2-3 songs on there that I heard. I'm like, okay, I'm fucking with that. It's one song in particular. It's called Time. ERRTIME. Or you gotta say it like that. Time. Like every time. Time. It's a song she got with Lotto. I fought with that one. Everything else I really had. Imaginary Player is a single that she dropped before the album came out. And of course we heard the years old singles that she dropped. Outside we heard that. But yeah, the song she got with Lotto, that's one. If I were to say I had one out of the album that I would deem a favorite, that'd probably be the one. What else we got? We got Yay Bully. That was released on the 26th. Kanye West lost me some time ago through his support of Donald Trump. And it's not just because he was supporting Donald Trump, because I don't really care too much about motherfucking political views like that, but it was a lot of the other shit that he was saying around that time. So don't give a damn about what Kanye West is dropping. I'm not going to listen to it. The Z Loopers, I don't even know, I don't know who that is. Young Thug dropped his album, Why You Scuddy. Let me see. Okay. It was noted by NPR as a top release for September 26, 2025. Okay. I've heard a few tracks off that album. Honestly, the one that been sticking with me the most, the one on this album that been sticking with me the most is the song he got with Cardi B. It's called On the News. And it's really the hook. The hook is very repetitive and it's infectious. So whenever a few times I did pull his album up in the car on Apple Music, shit, I went straight to that song. Jaden, a surrealist ball of elephants. You see, I don't know. Princess Nokia, Girls. Not really sure. Not familiar with her. You got Static, Skeletor. Okay, this might be some UK shit. I definitely don't know nothing about that. Dash Dillinger, Retaliation, Revenge, and Get Back 3. That released on my birthday, September 11th. Okay. Let me see. Red Veil featuring Smino, Brown Sugar. That dropped. They dropped the video for that. This shit, I ain't never heard of these motherfuckers before, man. We got some upcoming releases. They ain't talking about all that, man. They ain't talking about all that. It's upcoming releases. We stay tapped in. If it's anything I care about, hell, I'll talk about it. And if not, you'll probably never hear me mention it again. Oh man. So yeah, that's my not so thorough music take. We're gonna keep it pushing, man. Well, you know what? Speaking of the new music releases, we got some. Cardi B said, "Am I the Drummer?" That's the name of her album, right? Cardi B, you just might be the drummer. I don't know, man. And I don't know. If Cardi B is the drummer, then her arch nemesis is also the drummer. She back at it, going back at it with Nicki Minaj once again. The beef that we thought we would never get again, the beef we thought was done or played out, these motherfuckers are back at it again, man. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. And so this is actually a new development. So what really popped it back off again, when Cardi B dropped her album, she had some bars. She had some choice bars for bars from Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj, didn't have, I guess she didn't have any other announcement. She ain't had no content to put out. She ain't had nothing to say. This motherfucker don't tweeted a date, supposedly alluding to a new album. Cardi B just dropped her album. Everybody talking about it. Good things being said about it. And here she come. Dropping this motherfucker in March. So we in September. We finna count. Count with me. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. This motherfucker made an album announcement, just a date, 6 months in advance. In the middle of somebody else, your arch nemesis album coming out, and they getting praised. If that ain't the most biggest haterific shit that I ever seen in my life, let's drop a bomb for the biggest hater that female rap has ever known. I mean, and you know, it's no surprise that Nicki Minaj gets that title. She has a lot of best when it comes to female rap. She's the best female rapper ever. So let's drop the bomb for that. I think she's probably the pettiest female rapper ever. And I think she's probably the most hating in exist, make up a word, female rapper ever. So she has a lot of things that she's the best at. She has a lot of things that she's number one at. So, you know, we're going to give her flowers. Yeah, she's the top rapper. She's the top of a few other things, too. But honestly, man, it's both of them. Like, the Cardi B, Nicki Minaj thing, man, it's an ongoing thing. I think they really want to be friends. They really want to do music together. And that's probably what the problem is. Like, Nicki Minaj can't handle another female artist getting attention. That's her problem. She can't handle another female artist getting attention. So when Cardi B when she came out and she was going up, Nicki Minaj immediately started hating. She started doing the same thing that she accused the older female rappers of doing to her when she was coming out. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. They've been trading shots on Twitter. And honestly, man, I was gonna go look it up and read some tweets for y'all, man. Fuck that. I don't even want to talk about it no more. I don't even want to get into it, man. Fuck that. If they get to find we'll talk about it. I might even drop the video on the podcast and put that motherfucker on YouTube. But until it's something going on, if they're not gonna say each other's name, then you know. But like I said, Cardi B has some bars for her now. She had some bars for her, and she wasn't playing. But yeah, man, how long are they gonna go with it? Like, is this something that we gonna just see till one of them ultimately retires or dies or something? Like, is this gonna be a forever thing? And if it is a forever thing, who is here for it? I, for one, can say I'm not. Well, that's just me. But like I said, if they were to get the fine, you know, I'm back tapped in. So I'm going to close this out, man. So this episode 14 wasn't too many things I had lined up. I did want to talk about hit a few topics that I cared about, and then, you know, sprinkle some things in there that you know were just fillers. But we're not gonna stretch the show out too long. Let me go and take you over to my website real quick while I still have your undivided attention, right? Right here on your screen, if you're watching the video version of the podcast, you sitting on your screen. If you're not watching the video version of the podcast, head on over to vibesblvd.com. That's my website. I'm going to spell it out, VIBES-BLVD.com. That's vibesblvd.com. It has everything you're looking for, all the vibes, man. Go place your order for merch, skincare products, got 3D printed products. You can place orders for custom products. You get graphic design, business cards, flyers, mixtape artwork, single artwork, anything. Look, if you can think of it, you can find it there. Music there, got my videos up there. You can find the podcast. Every episode of the podcast is right there on the homepage. It's all easy. It's all right there for you to find on Vibes Boulevard. And let me scroll one time, just so everybody that is watching video can just see, man, as I scroll some of the vibes that's up here. So at the top, you got the banner that shows different like highlighted pages that you'll find on the website. It's a few different things right here. That's the my Vibe World merch capsule. Skincare, Vibe Butter, Shea Butter Cream, For the Culture T-shirts, you name it, man. So look, let's scroll on down. What we got? God Energy Video. All this the homepage, man. 3D. These are featured items. Got some 3D printed product. Like, man, you name it, you got it. Your merch, look, everything. This is my Vibes Boulevard Instagram right here. You can tap into it right here. And you go on down, you got more links to the podcast. That's vibesboulevard.com, man. So, I'm ending this episode out right here at the end. I just wanted to I want to talk about perseverance. A lot of times when it's easy to say that you down for the cause, or that you ride for something when things are going good, or when things are panning out for you in the way that you want them to. It's easy to be on board for with the mission and down for the cause when everything is right. But what happens when things go left, or when things go awry? What do? Like, do you still grind it out? Do you still fight for what you're trying to achieve? Do you give up the fight? You say fuck it, throw in the towel? I want to talk about perseverance because this is a very personal situation. And I don't often get on the podcast and just talk about my personal life situations or anything like that. But I feel like this is worthy. This is worthy to mention on the podcast. So many, unless you personally know me, within my circle, you may not have known. My car went out on me this year back in March. It was a Chrysler 300. One of my dream cars. I wanted this motherfucker since I was in high school when they first came out with that new generation body style, looked like a Bentley. I always loved that car. I always wanted one. I finally got my hands on one, and we've been rocking. Put a lot of miles on that car. Took a lot of trips and made some money with the car. Shit, even had the car in a TV show that we hope might come out someday. But transmission went out. The car was 2010. That was the last year the Chrysler 300 had that particular body style, and so that model year for me was it was important. That was like the last of that generation. So that that's the one that I wanted. Transmission went out. With it being an older car, man, and just me, just trying to do too. Sometimes you know how it is. We try to do too much. Me just trying to do so much. I was like, man, you know what? I don't even feel like going through the steps. I don't feel like going through the whole process of getting this motherfucker fixed. But not, you know what I mean? I was fed up with it, So I ended up getting rid of the car, and I immediately, it's back in March, I immediately wanted to get another one. I want to crash the 300. I want to get another one. So I jumped out there and, went online, went to this dealership, that dealership, this dealership, that dealership, looking at different cars. I finally found a couple of them that I felt like, okay, this will work for me. I like this. I went through the process of trying to apply apply for the car, get financing or what have you. And it was a lot of, it was all, not a lot. It was all no's. No. And you know, that was very frustrating. You know, working where I work, I felt like, okay, I got a decent, you know, I got a decent enough job. Like, you know, I should be able to get what I want to get. Like, you know, it's very frustrating. And then, you know, when you start to compare, you know, you look at what other people got going on. You see that other people, like, damn, they just going to the lot, just riding off with them motherfucker. Like, you know, a lot of different mistakes I made in my 20s that I'm having to pay for now. You know, these other people that you look at, they might not make those same mistakes. You got to understand that. But you know, in the time of frustration, you don't be trying to hear that shit. Like, God damn, man, like, shit just ain't working out. I looked at so many different cars. It's been 6 months since March. I looked at so many different cars, and I was going this way, going that way, going this way, going that way, saying I wanted this, saying I wanted that. And I thought I had my mind made up so many times. It got to a point maybe a month or so, 2 months ago, where I knew that, okay, we here now. I can get it now. But I couldn't decide what to get at that point. I was a total loss at that point. Like, when I knew that everything is good, that those no's were gone, and it was gonna. It's a yes now. Now I'm lost. Like, I'm looking at all type of cars I know I didn't have no business looking at cars I know I really didn't want, because I've been looked at the car, saved the pictures to my phone, and I just been looking at it. I was like, I don't want to try that motherfucker for real, man. And it'll always go back to the damn Chrysler 300. Like, that's what I wanted. That's the car I wanted. Wanted the American big body, the American Bentley, that luxury sports sedan. That's what I wanted. And you know, so throughout this period of searching for cars, I looked at so many of them, different trims. You got the 300 Touring, you got the 300 Limited, 300S, the 300C, and all these different models and different options and all this type of shit. And you know, honestly, I didn't care which one. Like, shit, give me the smallest motor. You know, long as that motherfucker look good. I don't care. I'm not caring about all that. And that, you know, that's where I was with it. So like I said, it's a yes now. I know I can grab something and shit. I have a few options. I don't have to just. It's not a point where I just got to get what I can get. Like, I can pick what I want now. And now I'm just going back, looking at cars, trying to narrow it down. And every time I would save a few cars, it was always a Chrysler 300 in a bunch. I'm looking at BMWs, Teslas, I'm looking at Dodge Durangos, all type of Mercedes, all type of cars. But I always come across, in my searches, a Chrysler 300 let me just say the motherfucker. That motherfucker, that look hard. Let me say it. And so, you know, fast forward, I think, so, damn, when I get this car? About a week. I think we're going on week 2. I think this right here, this week, Thursday, will be week 2. I actually went through the process of purchasing a Chrysler 300C. And I suppose I'll talk more about the car itself in later episodes, but I'll say this. You know, like I said, all I really cared about was getting that car, that Chrysler 300. I didn't care really so much about the trim, the trim level of it. But shit, you know, just so happened in my searches, I found the perfect specimen. You know, fully loaded to the max, all the bells and whistles, you know, the whole nine. And I was just thinking to myself, after I had gotten the car and shit, I was just sitting there thinking, like, I was looking at the car parked outside. I was just looking at it like, damn, I went and got that motherfucker. Because at some point throughout the car search, even as I was saving all these cars and shit, I started to have a feeling in the back of my mind like, I don't know why I'm saving these cars. I ain't finna be able to get the motherfucker. I started thinking like that. And then once I got it, I didn't immediately have a feeling of excitement. It was more just almost kind of like an emptiness. Because it was like, okay, this the car I've been talking about. Shit, I said I want it. I've been wanting it. Now I have it, and I didn't start to float. I got it, and I didn't become immortal. So what happens now? So it was a weird feeling of emptiness, but also a relief that, okay, that hard part is out the way now. That part of it is over with now. And I was just thinking, like, how many times you got to think, like, how many nights and days and evenings you got to just sit and just think about something and just have it just seared into your mind until it actually brings itself into your life. And I could be looking at it just from a fucked up perspective. I don't know, but to me, it definitely seemed like, damn, like I talked the motherfucker up. I said I wanted it so many times to the point where, well, hell, here it is. Throughout the process of my frustration, I didn't let the shit get me down. Fortunately, my situation allowed to I've still, nothing really changed much about my situation, my day to day. When I say my car went out, that's not to say that I became stagnant. So that's not what was going on. So, but it was definitely a sigh of relief that even though things were working, now they can go a bit smoother. And it could have been many times like that I could have just said, fuck it, you know what? I got a few dollars saved up. Let me just go. I seen this little $1,500 car on the side of the road, little Honda. I can go grab that motherfucker real quick. Or shit, this little spot in Athens, shit, they talking about 500 down. Everybody getting one, I could, and it got to a point I was thinking like, shit, man, I get, man, 500, fuck it. And, it was something in the back of my mind just telling me like, man, fuck it. If it's going to be that, nigga, just wait. Just wait. Keep your head down. Just wait. Because you going to get this motherfucker that you going to drive it for a good week, and this motherfucker going to be on the side of the road. You be looking like a fool mad at the world. Just wait. And, I waited and looked at cars, and I saved it on cargurus.com. And if y'all looking for cars, cargurus.com, man, that's where it's at. That's the best car finding platform I found, and this is not an ad. But yeah, Car Gurus, I save a car. So when you save a car, they give you notifications about it. If it's a price drop on it or anything happen, when that motherfucker gets sold, they gonna send you an email. The Chrysler 300 you saved got sold. The Chrysler 300S V6 you saved got sold. The Mercedes-Benz S-Class you saved got sold. Damn, man, all these cars, I'm now like, why I keep on looking at these cars and saving it? Shit, by the time I save it, within a week or two, I'm getting an email about the motherfucker being sold. So shit, I was like, man, this shit frustrating. But, and with all this being said, these are first world problems, man. Like, it's a lot of things that people that in this life we have to complain about, and it's a lot of things that we probably shouldn't complain about. And at one point my biggest complaint being that, damn, man, I can't, the cars I'm saving are getting sold. But knowing all the while, like, if I really want to go get something, I can get something. I want, it wasn't from a place of, it was a place of me wanting what I wanted, but not from a pure place of desperation. Like, fuck, if we just got to walk. Like, if it got down to it, I knew exactly what spot to go to. I knew exactly what I was gonna have to pay, and you know, it is what it is. If it would have came, if shit would have just got to the point like that, when if I would have just gave up, shit, that's what it would have been. But you know, perseverance in that, like, you know, knowing what you want, and even when you know, people might try to tell you to look the other way, don't do this, don't do that. I had a lot of people telling me, get this kind of car, get that kind of car, don't do this, don't. I mean, you know, shit, focus on what it is that you see for you, or where you see you, and kind of, you know, try to filter out the noise, because the noise gonna always be there. It ain't gonna ever stop. Just filter that shit out and got down and do what you need to do. And if I ain't saying just say that this is what you want, and expect for it to come. Like, you got to say it, but you got to be for real. Like, if I would have said, okay, I said it's a lot of cars that I said that I wanted, and I said it multiple times, but what I really wanted is what I ultimately ended up getting. And you know, you can probably trick people around you. Sometimes you can even trick yourself, but you can't trick the universe. You can't sit here and say, okay, I've been praying for this. Where is it? But like, on the inside, you deep down know that you don't believe that it's gonna happen. Yeah, you praying and you saying that you praying for it, but on the inside, you don't even believe it for real. So your prayer, you wishing and hoping and praying on it, is just really like, you just going through the motion. Because if the belief is on the inside ain't there that this shit gonna come together, shit, you might well just be blowing smoke. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Hey, look, man, this right here is the Vibes Blvd Podcast, hosted by the one and only First D. I appreciate everybody for tuning in with me once again. We've been on a almost 3-week hiatus. I'm back like I never left. And like I said in the beginning, if you thought I wasn't coming back, well, you should be ashamed of yourself. Hey, man, look, this your boy First D, and I'm out.